Wait, what podcast are we doing?
The,
You know what? Leave that in. I think that's an endearing element of this podcast.
The good one.
What podcast do you... Oh, the good one?
Yeah.
What podcast do you guys listen to that when the hosts are doing it, they're in real time figuring out what they're doing?
What are we talking about? Who are we?
What show is this?
Where am I? It's... I thought you were going to say it. Let's talk about the piece of media that we were in.
The work of art.
The work of art.
Dude, I got to be honest.
It's No More Heroes.
It's no...
It's No More Heroes.
We'll pull the curtain back. This is No More Heroes. So yeah, we're talking. You saw by the title, we're talking about Let's Go to Prison.
Yeah.
This was a very funny thing to get reintroduced to.
Yeah.
Because if you guys want to have a fun day, if you want to have a real fun day, try to figure out how to stream Let's Go to Prison.
Brother, it is. I think there's certain times where like,
Dude, I'm sorry. It fucking because like I had a bunch of bullshit go on with my car this week, so I was like the most distracted I've ever been in a week.
Yeah.
And it took. So I waited till way late to actually like look up and go to stream this movie, and then I look, and then I hit you up, and I go, "Hey Pat, I don't think this is anywhere."
this movie don't exist, brother. Yeah, it's
I found some random, because like I'll be honest, I'm not good with all the like illegal streaming websites, and most of those fucking, I didn't realize this, most of those illegal streaming websites you still have to pay for.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, that's always the weirdest thing I thought about, like people that would like torrent or like steal like pornography or anything like that from like OnlyFans bitches.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
And you've heard of pornography?
I've heard people doing this.
Yeah, but it's a thing where like there's a thing where they're like, well, yeah, you have to subscribe and you got to pay me. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
No. I like, you may have paid for this, but like that's not like an investment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of a thing of like, it's like, I know when I'm being gouged, pal. Okay, I'm just gonna go to XTube.
Yeah,
buddy.
No, and I, dude, from day one, I remember being in like middle school and high school, and people would talk about downloading programs, and they'd say about using Pirate Bay or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And like I remember I tried one time, I downloaded something, it was weird, it scared me, and I've never been the guy to figure. I always just pay for it. I've never figured out how to download stuff illegally.
Well, that's such a fun thing. It's such a funny thing. So
what?
When I told you, I was like, oh yeah, I own this, and
that was the ultimate funniest part of this whole experience. You're like, oh no, I can watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I have it on. I have Let's Go to. Pat George have Let's Go to Prison on DVD.
Yeah, you want me to go grab it? Yeah. No, it's so that's my fun little story. I had.
Sorry, I'm looking up. I don't think you can get this on Blu-ray.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's a fun thing because I do have it on DVD. But like I was talking about before the show, I did.
Dude, you can't buy it on Blu-ray.
That's crazy.
That's how fucking hated this movie is.
So that's why I feel. That's why. Okay. So that's why.
Not even that bad of a movie.
That's why I don't feel. That's what I'm saying. So that's ultimately. We're talking about the golden age of comedy, and this is a comedy I think from like 2006, I believe, is when it is.
Yeah, it's in that pocket.
It's in that area, and I feel like there's a story of Bob Odenkirk's relationship with Hollywood.
Yeah.
Before and after Breaking Bad. I feel like before Breaking Bad, that guy, I remember an episode of Maron. He was doing what the fuck with Maron, and like before it's kind of fucked up that he put this in the episode, but they end up talking about it on the podcast. So it kind of makes sense. But Bob Odenkirk is on the phone with somebody and he's finding out that something happened with one of the productions he's working on, or something, like it's another setback and they have to go do this. And
was this in the middle of the episode?
No, this was like before. And he just comes in and he's like, and he just kind of starts talking about it. But I would hope that Mark Maron was like, is that cool if I
I'm sure.
He's like, oh, he's on the balcony right now, arguing with somebody about something, and and he's like, that's been his process. So like, there was a thing with this episode or with this movie, Let's Go to Prison, that apparently there was re-edits from the studio that he did not approve of. He did
Yeah.
not want out there, and he said that ruined the fucking movie. And I still say it's not. I don't think it was ruined,
Yeah.
but I also say like that it's makes total sense because this movie, on paper, should fucking rule.
You know
Like
what
everybody involved is like a great comedic actor. The warden's a
Yeah.
great comedic actor. Dave Keckner is the fucking head guard.
Dude, the fucking the top Nazi guy that,
And nobody goes too big. Nobody goes too
Yeah.
big. It's so perfect. Everybody's so fucking subtle. They could make those fucking ass fucking scenes where they're joking about in the shower or him wanting to fuck him. Like he is. All right, we're getting into it, but
Can I-
I
can
just
I-
want to say that like I feel like this movie, though, if it has that 13% rating, it is not Bob Odenkirk's fault because apparently also the same thing happened with another great movie called Run Ronnie Run.
you know what I think killed this movie? And I'm not even shitting on the guy per se, although I mean I don't know why Armchair Expert is the most downloaded
Oh, it's
podcast.
so weird.
I mean I have no beef
Don't
against
let Dom hear that.
I have no beef against Dak Shepard.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's the top interviewer behind Rogan.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
I
just so engaging.
I've got no personal beef against Dak Shepard. I just think like at the time, Dak Shepard was the fucking dumbass of Hollywood. And I think because I was like, wait, what was Dak Shepard doing at the time? Because right now, people forget, like Dak Shepard's a household name. He's doing fucking laundry.
Carvana commercials.
Yeah, he's doing laundry commercials with his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Dak Shepard's like, oh, he's just like that celebrity who's there all the time. And I
Yeah.
go like, wait a minute, what was Dak Shepard doing at the time? And I go, oh yeah, he was doing he had just done Without a Paddle.
Yeah.
He had just all the movies he was doing
Started
was like
out with Punked.
well, he started out with Punked. Every movie he did at the time was on par with like Meet the Spartans and
Yeah.
shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like I go, I don't,
Spartans.
dude. I think, yeah. You remember that hit,
Brother.
By the way,
That is such a good deep cut shitty movie to
Dude,
fucking reference.
by the
Like,
way-
it's so far away from Scary Movie where you're just like, okay, enough with the parody
Well,
movies.
dude, that's why.
We're done.
Yes, Meet the Spartans was when it first started to jump the shark.
Yeah.
But no, dude. By the way, Dave at the Creek, he was. I don't know if I mentioned this to you. He was asking if he could come on, and I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I was fucking with him because I love Dave more than anyone in the world.
Dave's
but he
boss.
also is he's just a grumpy cunt.
Yeah.
So he will piss you off every time you see him.
Especially if we're going to talk about movies. Too.
So as much as I love him, I
Yeah.
love pissing him off because
Yeah.
he pisses me off so much. And he's like, okay, man, okay, Andy, hit me with it. He's like, oh, you guys are doing comedies right now? Top 5 comedies of all time. And I
yeah.
just go like, oh, God, I hate these conversations.
Yeah.
So I feel I'm a cunt. I immediately start laughing at him. And then I go, probably have to say Hangover 1, Hangover 2,
in
Hangover
no particular
3.
in no particular order.
I go Hangover 3, and he's already like shaking because he also is a dickhead and thinks I'm serious.
Yeah.
And then I go,
Old school.
yeah. I said something like that. And I was like, probably Meet the Spartans. And he goes, are you serious right now?
I'm telling you. I have not seen Meet the Spartans, but I would never watch.
No, I watched.
I
it.
would never watch.
No,
Meet
I
the
watched.
Spartans.
I watched it when I was younger because when I was younger, I was like, well, and it is an amazing movie, but like Scary Movie 3 and 4 were the peak of comedy to me. So anything in that realm, I watched. Like
Yeah.
I watched Dance Movie. You remember that one?
Oh wow.
That was with like the Waynes, the
Yeah.
Waynes brothers.
Yeah, there was also like oh my god, I can't even so that's what brings me this.
Yeah.
We're right back.
Oh,
to,
but
no.
with that vibe, don't forget that thought. With
right.
that vibe of like that was Dak Shepard's career at the time. He was
Yeah.
doing shit like on par with, and even stuff that like I'm sure you remember. You think fondly of Malibu's Most Wanted, probably, right?
I don't understand why so many people like it.
Oh, okay. I thought you. Okay, so I'm sure if we go back,
I'm not trying to hate on it. I really
Yeah.
am not trying to hate on it.
I'm
I
sure
just-
if I go
that-
back and watch Malibu's Most Wanted, I'll be like, this sucks ass, but I
that's
love it.
not the next movie we're gonna do, right?
No.
Okay.
It's Malibu's Most Wanted 2. He's working on it right now. No, he made a post, and you're like, I don't know if anyone wants
Please
that.
don't do that. Please don't do that.
I actually literally don't know if anyone gives a shit.
Brother, I'm not trying to hate. I don't want to start a hate campaign, but I just want to let you know, please don't do that. Like, you're just DMing him, like, not even.
Jamie, please don't ruin your legacy. No, but like
this will be the straw.
Even a movie when I was younger that I loved, like Malibu's Most Wanted, but like broadly, all those movies had an absolute fucking stink on them.
Yeah.
And that's how people perceive
Deuce Bigelow too.
That movie actually sucks ass.
Okay, wait a minute. No, this is.
I watched it a couple.
Welcome to the last episode of No More Heroes. Wait, what are we doing?
Nimmers?
Nimmers.
Welcome to No More Podcast.
Yeah.
But no. I think because if you recasted this movie, it would have done fine.
Wait.
I think the stink of Dax Shepard ruined the movie.
No. Okay.
Because the second you saw Dax Shepard, you're like, oh, a bad movie.
Get this. Hip to this, Daddy-O. I was not a Dax Shepard fan. When Without a Paddle came out, I was like, Seth Green, check. Matthew Lillard, weird, but check.
Big Lillard head over here.
But Lillard in this, I was just like, what the? Because he's tall and he's short, or what's going on here? And then you go Dax Shepard, and I go
big, medium,
and I do this. I go, who?
Yeah.
I remember going Dax. What now?
Dax.
And then I go, is he a Lillard or a Green? I mean, really, is he above the title?
I have no idea what you just said.
A Lillard or a Green? Is he either one of these guys? Like, come on. I don't like it. Who is this Dax Shepard? And then I go like, oh, he's up on Punk'd. I was never like a huge Punk'd fan.
Yeah.
So I don't like. I'm not even in the deep
don't
cut.
like surprises.
I know Kutcher.
Yeah.
I know Kutcher and I know the celebrities. I don't know like the deep cut cast members of fucking Punk'd. So I go like, that's where he's from. Okay, why is he getting this bump? Why is he going from Punk'd to
his
fucking?
His whole career seems inorganic.
It's so weird.
That's my.
So then he's an employee of the month.
Yeah.
And I go like this. I go, okay. He's a little too much in this, but I don't mind it. This movie. Also Idiocracy. I go, all right. He's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, like, oh, he's actually a good comedian.
And also, it's hard to ruin a Mike Judge thing.
It is, but it's also like when you're one of them, you're the main dumb character in that. Like, you have to carry that. He does such a good job of playing such a specific type of dumb that they create in this movie.
Functionally dumb.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And he's a lawyer. It's like, he's so fucking fun. Like, I'm here to advocate from. I can't remember if I watched Idiocracy first or if I saw this one. Let's Go to Prison.
Meet the Spartans.
Don't do that. Don't you bring that evil on me. No, I saw the Idiocracy first, and I'm like, okay, so it's Mike Judge, made him look good, right?
Yeah.
But then I saw him in this, and I'm like, damn, he's like such convincing white trash.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. It's like the cartoonish parts aren't so cartoonish, but they're just this thing of like when he's going to check in. So I did watch the movie. We'll get into that in just a second. But
can I say one more thing about Dax Shepard?
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes off a thing you were saying earlier where there is, and it's a weird thing because like I said, at my core, I don't like hate Dax Shepard.
Right.
But there's this thing.
But you're right. The 13% stink might be everybody going, enough with this fucking guy. Who is this guy?
And that's the reason Armchair Expert, being the biggest podcast in the world, is I go throughout my life. It's never been like a hatred of Dax Shepard. It's always been, why does he keep getting thrown upon me?
Yeah.
What does Dax Shepard have on Hollywood? Like, is Dax Shepard Mossad?
Yeah.
Why does
it's so funny. Yeah.
Why is he always popping up? And everyone was like, the pinnacle of comedy. You thought Sandler was funny? No, we got Dax Shepard.
In retrospect, he kind of is. So I will say, with this performance of him in this movie, like being more subtly, like him going into like the prison and just being like, like, hey, let me get my old shit. Like, like he just like has like the bit where the guy comes over with all his mail and he's like, you haven't been here in weeks. Like that kind of thing. Of like it's a fun like.
See, that was what's just so irritating about people shitting on this movie. It's like, dude, it is littered with like little fun stuff like that.
It's so like, and what I'm saying is, the bits in this movie, nobody is too big, everybody is convincing like in their role. Like so, it's essentially the short preface to this. I own this movie because I worked at Hollywood Video and Blockbuster Movie.
How was that
when I was younger?
Is that a fun
not
job?
At the same time. Hollywood first, then Blockbuster.
It was like
That'd be so funny if I was just like, "Oh no, wrong shirt."
It was like a 90s sitcom. You're like, I asked 2 girls to prom.
It's over there. I mean, wait a minute. Where are the video games?
How was working at Hollywood Video chill, or was it like, did you actually have to do work?
Oh, Andy, let me tell you, brother. You know how we always talk about going back to if I had the option,
Dishwasher job.
Yeah,
Put your cell phone in a metal bowl as the radio.
Oh, brother, you just boom. Well, no, I Bluetooth it up now. I've grown, but like everybody's gonna listen to
Break
my
your phone because you didn't dry your hands off enough.
Electrocute everybody with the Bluetooth speaker because you set it in the dishwasher. Oh no! I just thought it was a big metal bowl. I thought it would work the same way.
Pat, you electrocuted the whole staff. We need you to do the dinner rush.
So I would I would get free rentals, and I would
brag.
and I would not ever steal from them.
Unless it was candy.
But somebody may have burned a couple DVDs, and to an extent where. When I set up my DVD burner that I had to dig out, I had plugged it into my fucking computer because this is the only way I can watch this now because I don't have a disk drive anywhere else. And like, I don't have like my
dude. That's another thing.
I don't have a PlayStation or anything. Like, I don't have Xbox.
Everyone talks about, and I when I have disposable income, I will be the guy who has like
a Blu-ray player.
I will be the guy who has a physical media collection. And which honestly, I even hate that.
That's
term.
what that closet is. Essentially, is almost all my DVDs that over the year.
I'm sorry, I'm coughing so much. I don't know what this is.
I purchased plenty of DVDs. I purchased just as many as I burned, but there was ones that I'm like looking back now, because like I'll set it up and I hooked up the DVD player and stuff like that, and it just said you need to set up your location. And it's just all this other stuff, and I'm just like, why?
No, I don't.
It was just kind of a thing of like, why do I need to do that? And then I was just like, wait a minute. I'm like, is the and like, of course, at that exact time, like while I'm watching the DVD, the FBI thing comes up and it says, and I'm just like, wait, first of all, at that time, I did not know that was illegal at all. Also, I go, wait a minute. This was my personal collection. I thought it was just illegal to like sell.
You didn't know that it was illegal? You're like, oh, the FBI likes a lot of movies.
Man, it's just like, this is crazy. They endorsed this one too. I honestly thought it was just like a seal of the Federal Movie Commission, which is very stupid to work at a movie store and think that. So like now I'm looking through this collection that I had, and I'm like, a lot of this stuff is not worth going to jail for. You know what I mean? So like I purged a lot of my collection that I had from Hollywood Video and stuff like that. But that's the only reason I own it, is because I took it home and I'm like, well, it's not for sale. We didn't have any copies for sale.
You watched this on a stolen disc?
No, I didn't. The disc was purchased 100% legal.
But it was developed illegally.
No, I think everything was developed.
The other thing I was gonna say on the flip side, I remember this happened to I started to realize this a while back when a friend of ours, Tyler Rothrock, when he put out his first comedy special. I go to the thing, we're all well past CDs, but you know, he's got a comedy album. He puts it on CDs for people to buy.
Yeah.
I want to support Tyler. I buy the CD. I get home, and then I'm like looking at my laptop, and I'm like, because I would always, if I had a CD, I would always save it to iTunes in case I lost the CD or got scratched.
Yeah.
And I started looking at my laptop, and I go, there's no disc changer on this. Oh, and that's that like, to get into conspiracies for 5 seconds, that's that like controlled obsolescence
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
try to like. They were talking about it with video games, where in video games there's more of an argument because it's like those discs that they sell video games on, you can only fit like 100 gigabytes on them, and a lot of video games nowadays are over or close to 100 gigabytes.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing too. You got to remember, you're like, oh, I also got to go, because I mean, fuck, you could buy a Blu-ray player at Best Buy, but there's probably like 3 in the corner, right?
And that's what I'm saying is like at this point, like I think it would be smart to like get some kind of physical media player
I'd love to.
or a couple,
yeah.
just because like I do have quite the collection of seasons of things, but like I'm not like a lot of the stuff was I think compulsion. Like a lot of, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I don't even like this movie. Why do I own, you know what I mean? Like, why did I
Yeah.
want this burn? And I think it was it was like a habit where
Here's
like,
a good question. How many movies do you love because you bought it in the $5 bin at Walmart and it was just around? That, and not to say it's a
Yeah.
bad movie, but that's how Super Troopers became one of my favorite movies, is because I think I picked it up in a $5 bin,
Yeah.
and I just had it around, and I ended up liking it, and I just ended up watching it a fuck ton.
I think honestly, I would say
I miss DVDs.
Bowfinger on, I think it was VHS actually.
Yeah.
I think it was a VHS that because at that time it was a bargain, super duper bargain. Like
Yeah.
it was like, and it's also,
Do you remember the year?
oh man, it might have been probably, it was not long after Bowfinger came out, I would assume, or maybe like a couple of years after. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me look at so that was 99, so it was probably like early 2000s.
No, that used to be,
2003
dude, that
probably.
used to be such a fun thing. Shuffling, like digging through the $5
Yeah.
bin, and
This would be another
just
one of those.
actually finding some heat.
Yeah.
because like a lot of times in the $5 bin, you could get like, classic movie, and they would do like a re-release of Fight Club or Goodfellas.
Yeah.
but then it would also be all the dog shit, and you're like, no, where's the like medium good movies?
But it's also like there is plenty that I think that's the other thing is now technically any Netflix original is straight to DVD. You know what I mean? It's immediately
That's a weird that's a whole thing about. Well, I feel like that's a big thing they're figuring out with movies and movie and TV, where like the perception of films is different, because for the longest time Netflix had the straight to DVD vibe, straight to VHS vibe, but now it's like, they got movies with fucking Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz in them. They've got like big budget movies.
Yeah.
They've got fucking the chick from Stranger Things and Chris Pratt and stuff in movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, funny enough, both those movies, I watched the Chris Pratt one. That one was really bad.
Yeah.
And then the Jamie Foxx one looked like DOA.
I
But
still oh man, I didn't watch the War of the Worlds. Yeah.
Oh.
Have you watched that yet? The
I got,
Amazon one?
I'll put it this way. I hate watched it, and it genuinely stopped being fun after about a half hour.
I can imagine.
It was one of the, because like I don't know these people who can sit for an hour and a half to 2 hours and the whole movie's bad.
Yeah.
I make it about a half an hour.
And that's okay, so that brings me back to, if I can real quick, to the movie.
I do have some stuff on War of the Worlds I should bring up at the end.
Okay,
though.
yeah. The aspect of this movie being rated 13%.
Yeah.
I think even with the studio corrections that were not approved by the director Bob Odenkirk, and with the actual like perception of Dax Shepard, of whoever it may
Yeah.
be, whatever, I think it like the 13%.
Who's the other dude? Will Arnett.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was like established as one of the dudes yet either.
But in this movie,
Yeah.
he's playing. So the synopsis of the movie is essentially a judge's son is now the head of his foundation because the revenge plot built by this convict was that he's going to send his kid to prison essentially.
Yeah.
And make him kind of experience things from his aspect.
Well, because he was gonna get revenge on the judge, found
Right.
out the judge died,
Right.
and then was like, "I'm gonna fuck over his kid." Then,
Right. He's like essentially the junior. Like it was kind of thinking off the top of his head. But it's also like if you think realistically, Like as far as like how like that is how a stupid criminal would think.
Yeah.
And like so far like this movie where like I remember it being the thing is I remember when I was younger like thinking it was a lot more comedic than it was, but all of the people are playing the parts perfectly.
Yeah.
Like everybody is playing their part perfectly. Dak Shepard is playing a white trash dumbass convict that can't stay out of jail.
Yeah.
But he's blaming the judge the whole time.
Yeah.
And then essentially says like, well, fine, I'll get revenge on his son. Which now it's even he has no idea who the fuck this person
is.
And
that's where a lot of like top tier comedy comes from.
Yeah.
And it's why shows like The Big Bang Theory are like I mean, besides just being badly written, but like those shows are more annoying because the comedy develops from like Big Bang Theory. It's like a guy that's too autistic for his own good and his friends going like, look at this dumbass.
yeah, that's the joke.
Way better. Yeah. It's like movies that are way. I was realizing this. I was reminded of this because I've been watching Righteous Gemstones. And that's one where it's like every character in that show is dead serious.
And
like that's where a lot of good comedy comes from, where it's like if every character is dead serious, like they're dead serious and they're fucking retards and they're crazy. They get themselves into weird situations, and then their ability to process what to do in that weird situation is ridiculous.
Yeah, and like the people in these roles, remembering that it's a comedy, but still not playing it. They're somehow like so. Dave Koechner in this is
he's the guard. Right?
He's the head guard. He plays the head guard like so well, but it's like he's like a comedic straight man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like his hard assness is like hilarious, but it's not like it's not over the top.
Yeah.
And even the person who's playing the warden is like a comedic actor that you would recognize that is hilarious, but he is such a good, convincing. I feel like this Bob, because it's directed by Bob Odenkirk, who also plays the head of the he's one of his lawyers for the foundation. Yeah, he's one of the lawyers for the foundation for the Biederman Foundation.
Yeah.
And he also gets hired on from Will Arnett as his counsel, essentially.
Which show was Bob Odenkirk on?
Mr. Show with Bob and Dave, yeah. And he also did another great movie that he directed was Run, Ronnie, Run.
I saw that one,
which is hilarious, but it's also apparently had the same issue with this, where like the studio didn't trust his vision, which is crazy because it's so funny that Bob Odenkirk directs this movie and Bob Odenkirk ends up being such a great dramatic actor.
Yeah.
Like people are, and a lot of comedians are being discovered as being good actors, like Bill Burr, Bob Odenkirk, who are given these like bigger roles in Hollywood because like you're like, oh yeah, it's just like,
and that's what that sort of akin to what you're saying right now. That movie that's out right now, Weapons.
Yeah.
Do you know who that's directed by? Mm-mm. It's this dude Zach Kreger. He was a part of The Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh.
And people are making a lot of comparisons
Jordan
between
Peele too.
That's who people are making comparisons between, and they're like, yo, isn't it crazy these sketch guys are really good at horror movies? And it's like, well, if you look at this shit structurally, like take out any emotion or whatever the fuck, just structurally how a lot of these films and TV shows are set up, it's like, yeah, you grew up learning how to be funny. A big part about being funny is misdirection.
Yeah.
A big part about what makes horror movies scary is like hinting at something and then going a different way with it and shit. So it's like the bones of comedy and horror are very similar.
Storytelling, it's detail.
I also think too, like the reason a lot of those actors are good at drama is like legitimately 9 times out of 10 comedians are like, they deal with depression, they're psychopaths, they deal with all this like negative shit.
Yeah.
That like you're like, hey, can you act like a guy who's like really serious and fucked up? And he's like, yeah, I'll figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, you can have this. It's also like it's attention to detail. I think there's a thing with sketch comedy and with dramas, horror movies, especially, you have to tell a story, but it's also got you. There's lots of visual elements to it as well.
Yeah.
So especially something like Whitest Kids You Know, which would be like there could be a whole sketch just centered around just a visual gag.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of funny lines necessarily, but it's just the fact that like stuff like that,
Or on top of that,
or same thing with Bob and Dave.
Well, yeah, and on top of that, if you think about too, big. I know, like post 40-Year-Old Virgin, it was a lot of like comedy shifted into a big like let's just do a big riff session. But like we talked about it on Me, Myself, and Irene, and some of my favorite comedies, it's not just about what they say; it's about like the way they emote and the physicality of it.
Yeah,
I was literally watching some Whitest Kids You Know last night, and they had this sketch that was based around. They had this sketch that was based around like the British Army realizing that you remember how in war apparently they used to have like strict rules on how you're supposed to like attack each other.
Yeah.
And then the way that America won in the American Revolution was like, what if we didn't do that really stupid thing you guys do all that time?
Yeah.
So it was a sketch about that. And it's like the show was super low budget. They literally had 5 of them to be the British Army. They kept getting shot. There was no like blood spatter. So like you have to make people forget about all these little low quality production things.
Yeah.
You have to over emote and be extra silly so they focus on that. So yeah, another part too, like you said with the visuals, a big part of like some really good comedy is not just saying funny lines. It's about having like a real presence to yourself.
And like the thing about like, you know, yeah, they're gonna make guys getting fucked in the shower jokes. They're gonna make all this stuff, but like the fact that you know that story, there is a storyline behind it where essentially he's already been purchased by this gentleman, but now he's essentially the guy is trying to seduce him because
the black guy, right?
Yeah.
His name was he had a really cool. He was the dude I've seen in a million things. And
Chai.
I was like, wait, that's it. That can be your name?
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it's Chai McBride, but let me just double check.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, Chai McBride is Barry. So he's leader of the G Lords. So like the White Kingdom, the guy, the head of the White Kingdom's name is Barry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's certain jokes where it's like, even that guy, the guy who's playing the head of the white supremacist guys, is the dude from he was a bad guy in the last Superman thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
about? Kang or whatever.
Yeah.
No, Kang was Marvel.
Damn it! Actually,
He
it's right here. What am I doing?
He actually played the FBI negotiator in the Showtime Waco show.
Yeah.
He was really good in that.
Yes. Yeah.
He's one of those dudes, I could not tell you his fucking name, but the second I see him pop up, I go, this is going to be good.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Nope. He's Fuck. What the hell is he? Michael Hitchcock.
You don't have the Let's Go to Prison IMDb on Derek?
It has Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim because they were in the last scene at there's a vineyard scene where they're at a wine tasting.
Oh, really? They're in it?
They don't have any speaking lines, but they're in there.
That's
but
awesome.
The guy who's playing the head of the fucking...
While you're looking for that, speaking of Tim Heidecker, I just watched Friendship. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's
Where is that? Where is that at?
Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Dude, that shit's getting on there quick. You
Yeah,
can watch Superman now.
Michael Shannon
Yeah.
plays Leonard. That's his name. Leonard.
Yeah. You can watch fucking Superman now, dude. It's crazy how quick shit comes out now.
Wait, that's out already?
Yeah, dude.
The one that was just in the fucking theater with the dog?
Yeah. No, literally, like, you can... It
such a
popped up...
boomer.
What'd you say?
Really?
Yeah.
We're on the cable box, huh?
Nah, because it's like... Any young people listening that don't know what the fuck, like, that don't know why we're acting like this, it's because, like, dude, movies would come out,
Yeah.
and if you missed it,
You forget about it.
you missed it. You had to wait a year.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't still do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, you could still wait, like, 6 months. Like, it make the theater experience more special.
I think they're just scared of leaks, and they just need to make money as fast as possible.
Yeah, I don't think they're making that money in the theater like that, obviously.
Because they used to also re-release them a couple times. I think there was like a couple times where they go into like the dollar theater for a while, and they like or shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That was so fun.
Yeah.
Because there was this dollar. Also, too, like the dollar theaters were never focused on like actually making money.
Yeah.
Because you'd go in, you'd be like, it'd be so funny because you were used to like, oh, can I get a small soda? And they give you like a gallon of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, they would actually have real cup sizes, and then the dollar theater by my house, we'd go. There would be no cup holders. You just had to hold your drink the whole time. It was just like, it was just a bad experience. But you're like, I'm seeing a major motion picture for $5.
Yeah, there's and for me growing up in Florida, there's air conditioning. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Oh my god, you know what's crazy? I'm basing that off current prices. Movies were $5 back in the day.
Yeah.
You could go see a major motion picture for fucking $2.
But
everything's worse now. Anyway,
so essentially, this is a movie where I'm like, you have all these comedic actors playing these, like, it's a pretty funny, it's a pretty I don't know, it's not, I can't even say like there's not a lot new you can do with a prison movie. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's the butt fucking scene. There's the white power, the gang scene. There's like a fight scene. There's a going to the hole scene. You know what I mean? Like,
prison,
they're hitting all those
like,
same things, but they're doing it in such a good, still funny, but still like straight way.
Prison 2 is like a very consistent thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's all from the dawn of time till forever, you're always going to be separated in racial groups. The food's going to be shitty and all this shit. So it's like, you are right. Because that is like that's a big thing indicative of this movie, is like they cover all the standard things you know about prison, but they cover it in like a different way.
And the thing with Dave Koechner as the guard, he's like, he finds them fighting near the end, and he's trying to do this thing where he's just like getting in both of their faces, and he's just like, I don't think I'd like that at all. No, you think I'd like that?
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, and like doing that, but like it's so funny.
Yeah.
But like, it's not, again, not over the top, not too silly, but it's such a commitment to everybody being like silly at certain times, and then like, it's like, it never feels like, it feels like two of my favorite things I feel like are like prison movies and like sports movies.
Yeah.
Because like there's such an element to like doing a different, like showing more depth to people. Like, have you ever watched 60 Days 60 Days In, I think it's called? 90 Days In?
Reality show?
90 Days In? I think it's 90
Yeah,
Days
is that
In.
the one where they're in like
They just send normal people into prison.
Yeah.
And they do it like undercover, and they're
I watched like a little.
It's like a social experiment.
Yeah,
but
I don't get deep into the reality shows, but I've seen like one or two of those.
That's like, because there's just a thing where it's like, dude, there's some of the funniest people in the world, some of the greatest artists, some of the, all this other shit, and then also just a bunch of weird, crazy losers.
Yeah.
And this is such a funny. So essentially, this guy Biederman goes to jail. And the intent is Dax Shepard's character wants to make sure that it's the worst time he's ever had in his life, but he ends up becoming the head of the prison. Essentially,
oh yeah,
he kills the leader of the White Kingdom, Leonard, and then he goes, I had to do what I had to do.
Yo,
and
you just reminded me. There is a movie, I forget what the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
but it's with Jamie Lannister, the guy who played Jamie Lannister in Game of Thrones. It's like, it's the same. It's so funny because you're just reminding me. I was like, it's actually a similar plot.
Yeah,
where it's like a straight laced guy. But it's you let it go and let's go to prison because it's a comedy.
Yeah.
This is like a dead serious movie where it literally starts off. He's just a white collar worker. He accidentally kills someone because he drives home a little drunk.
Yeah.
And then yada yada yada. He goes to jail. Yada yada yada. Gets into a little bit of trouble, and now he's the top white supremacist of the entire jail. And he's in solitary confinement. And there's all these like elaborate schemes to like get his word out. And I go, that's actually, like, it's a good movie, but by the end of it, you're like, this is actually the most unrealistic story I've heard about a jail, like in a jail movie.
The most unbelievable part, and I don't know if this has anything to do with the editing issues that Bob Odenkirk had with it or not, or if this was his part. I don't know. But like how he actually goes to jail is really silly and over the top. He's leaving his dad's funeral, but while he was at his funeral, Dax Shepard breaks into his car, spits in his coffee, he empties his inhaler, which is hilarious. He just does everything like terrible, to the shit in his car and stuff like that, and then is going to frame him for like a murder, not a murder, but essentially a robbery attack on this pharmacy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's his exact intention, but it just ends up working out that way where he hits his car. The guy starts blah, blah, blah. What is it? Hyperventilating, goes to his thing, doesn't have it, breaks into a thing and holds up the inhaler. And the Asian lady says, he's got a gun. And Dax Shepard shoots a gun, goes to jail since he's such a dickhead. Every part of it is super cartoonish.
Yeah.
But again, it's still a thing where you're like, yeah, but also how the justice system works is everybody now that knows this guy knew his dad. They liked his dad, but this guy is a piece of shit, spoiled little brat. So nobody's
they
on
want to
side.
get him to jail.
And you see how quickly it can turn on somebody. He goes to jail.
Yeah.
And ends up, all of the same storylines again. Like I said, like the same scenes. You can't really do anything else, but like something like The Longest Yard, whether it's the original or the Adam Sandler movie.
Dude, the Adam Sandler remake is some of the most.
It's so funny.
It's definitely funny, but Adam Sandler, and I love Sandler. I have a big, strong Sandler can't miss campaign going on.
Yeah.
Like I love Sandler, but Longest Yard's so goddamn funny because it's like by the end of it, if you took it seriously, you'd be like, jail kind of seems fun.
It's like so much fun. So it's like
and it has my favorite part in any movie where they're trying to figure out the team.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what we're gonna do. We got to figure something out. And then you hear this Nelly song. He's like, y'all don't really want to know. And then they pan over and they're like, don't worry, Adam Sandler.
The blacks
Here's
are here.
10 black guys.
The blacks have signed on. Yeah, that was the funniest part. Yeah, the part. Well, it's also like that, but then they also joke about that of like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean? And like, oh no, what's the little guy say? He's just like, oh, I'm not gonna touch the ball at all anymore. it's so hilarious, but it's also like
They have literally like Tracy Morgan wearing a skirt.
yeah, there's a certain. Well, he's the head of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing.
Sandler rules.
Okay, mole on your back, brother. So it's there's something about that thing because if you've seen 90 Days In, if you're a person that's like, again, if you're somebody who is willing to think outside the box of society, then like jail is kind of fun. Like like him going there and like having a bunch of mail delivered there. Like at one point he's sitting in his cell, Dax Shepard's sitting in his cell, and he's wearing this like frilly bathrobe.
Yeah.
And he's like looking at this catalog, and like Will Arnett's character goes like, it's like, what's with the robe? And he's like, oh, you got to order something from the catalog every once in a while, or they stop sending it to you.
Well,
and it's just it's like a thing of like jail kind of rules because jail is for as strict as it is, I feel like there's like criminals can be very resourceful. So like at the same time, they're going to figure out a way to sneak phones in. I've seen a sex tape that was filmed in jail. Have you ever seen that?
With the guard?
With the guard, yeah.
Oh, she was beautiful.
That was like crazy where I'm just like, I didn't know that this was was going to be this hot.
That felt like it was on purpose leaked. It was her lack of awareness
was crazy
to me.
Like anyway,
that's what I was like. Oh, you're like that lady was on like nympho level.
But seeing like some of these things, like they're not like it's not as crazy as you think. And that's jail. That's not prison. So it's a different thing, I'm sure. But for most people, they're just serving their time. They're just fucking people that are like whatever. There's don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you kind of thing. Like there's very little problem being sent, but like. After he accidentally kills the head of the White Kingdom, the reason he's so respected is not only because he killed the toughest guy in the prison, but also the second in command of the White Kingdom comes over and goes, hey, I just wanted to say from there's no hard feelings, and we just appreciate you taking care. Leonard really makes us Nazis look like jerks. So I appreciate. And he made him a thank you card. He gave him a thank you card and shit like that. And he just goes, "White Kingdom," and then like goes off. Dude, it's like to me, it's like this does not earn the 13% that it's given. It's not even like a cult classic. It's just a thing where like it's on par with these like prison movies that are so fun and enjoyable and make it look like summer camp.
Well, you know what's funny? Because I was thinking about this in correlation to Let's Go to Prison, because last night I decided to stay in. Me and Steph watched a movie. Mm-hmm. She'd been wanting to check out the Crow remake because she really liked the Crow. But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know, you have that reaction.
Yeah.
Because perception runs most things. Like, that's what Let's Go to Prison was a victim of.
Yeah.
Is like I feel, at least, was the general perception. So we watched The Crow, and don't get me wrong, plenty of stuff wrong with it. Is it a bad movie? No.
Yeah.
You know what was funny? I was actually watching this going, you know, if they presented this as a 6-episode Netflix show, it would have been people would have been way less critical of it.
Yeah.
The problem with the movie is, like, dude, you're doing a movie. It's The Crow. They got great, like, fucking new wave goth bands in there.
Yeah.
And the story is perfect for, like, some fucking fat chick who loves MCR. So it's like there's nothing in there you hate. It's that perception of just like, no, The Crow was a sacred movie you can't touch.
Yeah.
So, like, why could you do? So it's like, that's why perception can foul up a movie so much. And I was thinking about this too. I don't know what it is. I think it was literally like, I think we're kind of getting out of that era, but I swear to God, the Dark Knight, what's the one with the Joker? Dark Knight Returns?
Dark Knight.
Or is that just the Dark Knight?
Dark Knight.
No,
Yeah.
It's Begins.
There's Batman Begins.
It's the one where they're on Hoth.
Arise. Batman, arise.
But anyway, it was the second Batman with the Joker.
Yeah.
And then like Breaking Bad. Those shows do so good that it poisoned everyone to be like,
we gotta make it dark now.
Yeah, that's why people were getting pushed back to fucking Superman. They're like, look at it, it's so bright and colorful. You're like, yeah, like a comic book.
Yeah, everybody's like, what if the murderer was the main character?
Yeah.
What if the bank robber was the? What if the terrorist? And you're like, all right.
What if the main character wasn't necessarily good?
Yeah.
But he wasn't necessarily bad. So, and I think that fried people's brains, and like to being like, oh, we just have to do it this one way. Because I'm watching The Crow, and again.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a solid 7, and that's generous. But it's also too, I go, yeah, but if they put this fucking piece of shit out in the 80s, people would be like, oh, It's so fun. It's so campy. People don't let movies nowadays be campy. Mm-hmm. And that's bad.
Yeah.
Because that's fun. Like, if you just calm the fuck down and like, not every piece of art has to be like an intense analyzation on the human condition.
Yeah. You don't have to have like, there's not everything. Like, but that's the thing is like things can be thought out, but things don't have to be a message. Like this was, there were definitely a couple times where like the voiceover thing is like Dak Shepard just giving like prison statistics. Yeah. Of like things of like, 35% of the population is this, blah, blah, blah. And it's also that thing.
They're trying to build a prison.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, it didn't feel like it literally just felt like it was saying like, hey, this is, I don't know. Like it didn't bug me. I don't know if that was a thing, like where like people thought the beginning of this movie feels a little rushed, but like by the time you get to the prison part of it, I feel like it's only an hour and a half. It's a 90-minute movie. Yeah. And in that time, I feel like it's still I still feel like the whole movie is in the prison, but there's a great deal of it, of him like going, his dad sending the kid to jail a bunch of times. Then he was an adult, sending him to jail. The same judge over and over and over again, and then he ends up. But like that's why like when it's the pacing of it is why the editing process, especially in comedies, is so important, because it doesn't matter. Like again, the performances are not the problem. Yeah. Like so, I'm saying like performance wise, I would give this a solid 75%.
Yeah.
Like everybody in this played their character. So like there's a story that when what's his face Biederman becomes the head of the prison, the king shit or whatever.
Yeah.
He's telling the story, and for some reason it's one of those like it's just a made up name kind of thing or whatever, just throwaway line for some reason. But he's just like, and then at 12:15, we all threw our books on the floor, and that'll teach old LaRoche. He just keeps saying LaRoche, and everybody starts laughing. And it's just like this thing where you're just like he is it's a cartoon prison
People
movie.
forget
It's like
people forget things can be funny just cause.
Yeah.
Like what was the deeper meaning behind a Doyle rules?
right.
It's just they kept saying it and those guys were retarded, so
Yeah.
it made it funny.
And it was quotable over multiple movies.
Yeah.
Like there's multiple movies where that is like referenced. And like, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I cut you off. There was something you were getting at. Fuck, I lost it.
The message, not doing the message.
No, what were you saying right before that? I was talking about comedic beats and stuff like that. Oh,
The editing.
you were saying about like, yeah. Well, there is a thing, and I kind of noticed this difference between like Weapons with Zach Kreger, which I haven't seen, but I've watched him like talk about it on clips online and stuff. So I've gotten a broad idea of like what it's about. And it is the difference between a lot of shit where I think Jordan Peele, everything he does is really good. And Zach Kreger shit has been good. But I noticed the difference is like Jordan Peele is often doing like social commentary.
Yeah.
And from what I got from Zach Kreger is he's doing like, this is based off, I think he said it was like, it was correlated to like growing up with his parents being alcoholics and shit like that. And it's like, it's not even to say one's good, one's bad, yada, yada, yada. But I think a lot of people, they always keep going looking for like the bigger social message or the bigger message and shit like that. So it's like you could look at something like Let's Go to Prison and be like, oh yeah, they're using these moments to teach you about the prison and why the prison industrial complex. And it's like, or I don't even know if that's necessarily wrong, or Bob Odenkirk had a funny idea for a movie. And if you just go, because a lot of times, not that I've done like a shitload of writing, but like through of like movies or sketches and shit, but through writing like that and through talking to people who know like how to write and through watching shit about that, one thing I've realized is like you start off with an idea and as you start writing, it develops on its own.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing shit and you go, oh yeah, obviously that would happen next, or obviously I would have to include that. So then you start writing in that direction. And it's like, if you're gonna do a movie about prison and it's not accurate to people's perception of prison, they're not gonna like it. Well,
Right.
if it is accurate, they're also not gonna like it. Yeah. But through the writing process, if you want to make an honest movie, you have to put some sense of reality in it. So the idea that it's like, oh, there's guys that spend their whole life just going to prison.
Yeah.
That's just like a real thing, but you have to make the movie based off real shit, so you have to include that into the movie if that's the direction you want to go.
Yeah.
So like that's where people get fucked up. Why like you hear it all the time when talking about stand-up comedy, they'll talk about like punching up or punching down. I go, that's not how comedy's written.
Yeah.
That's a result of well-written jokes.
Yeah.
But that's not how comedy's made. You don't sit there and go like, what establishment am I going to take to task right now?
Yeah.
You go like, no, comedy comes from being like, oh, that'd be funny. That'd be weird. Or no, that'd be a funny thing. Or that's kind of weird. Let me kind of explore that. And then through exploration, you just reveal truths about stuff.
Right. It's kind of like if you really think about the opening voiceover things or even the voiceover model in general. I don't mind that for when it's telling a story. This is telling a story of the relationship between this guy and this guy's family. But really, this guy not even having any Biederman not even having any knowledge of this guy.
Yeah.
And this guy, his whole life is just getting revenge on this family. So like he's determined to do this, and he's failing kind of like the same thing like the whole time he's done his whole life. But it's crazy that like those voiceovers.
I didn't even notice that from. Yeah, you're right. He is failing in his shit with Biederman. Yeah, and that's just like. That feels like that turns into sort of like a deeper meaning behind the movie, but that just develops from good writing.
But that's what I'm saying is like the story is not lacking, the performances are not lacking.
Yeah.
The the actual set, like the prison that they filmed at,
a real prison.
Was a real prison that was actually the same prison they used when for the beginning of the Blues Brothers. It's in Illinois.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk's an Illinois boy.
Yeah.
And I think they had this whole like they thought out like so many different elements to this thing that like I don't think it's deserved of 13%, and I think it is a kind of an instant. It's not maybe the most quotable movie. It's I don't think one character necessarily stands out more than any other character. I think everybody is. It's like a perfect ensemble. Like it's almost like a sketch.
Yeah.
It feels more like a really, really long sketch.
Yeah.
And it is, in my opinion, a really, really good movie that I think got maybe, like you said, maybe it was just the perception of Dax Shepard.
Yeah.
Maybe just everybody going like, oh,
Well, you can also
this old tired thing. Like I don't know. I think the
gotta-
special element that they put into this particular prison movie, I think is a fun little weird story of like.
Have you watched the? Did you watch the trailer at all?
No.
Yeah, I wonder too. I think sometimes, like a bad trailer can give you a bad perception on a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the trailer, and I from what I remember, I think the trailer was like, Dax Shepard just can't get it together.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not the vibe of the movie.
That's not the story.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember. It's happened to me a couple times with recent movies where you see the trailer and then you watch the actual film and you go, the trailer showed me a different movie.
Yeah.
Few notable mentions. I do, because like I said, I didn't actually watch it. I didn't want to go on that random Russian site that would let me watch it. But there was, I want to give a shout out. What's the fucking gentleman's name? There was a dude. You know, he's one of those guys. He's like an ex-convict, so he'll be like, "Let me tell you how accurate this movie actually is." And it was this one dude. It was Larry Lawton. I mean, known jewel thief.
Oh, nice.
Dude, like, he's talking about the most horrendous. He was the most wholesome human being I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, they would show you some of the, like, simple jokes from the trailer. He'd be like, oh, man, this guy's crazy. And, like, so it was just, it was wholesome nonsense throughout his whole thing. It was very, very informative about prison.
What did he grade it?
Loved it. He thought it was like an amazing movie. Probably would give it like a 9 out of 10.
And was like, that's exactly how it goes.
No, well, he would point out little things like he's like,
Nah, you don't stab him like that.
well, like no.
You go underhand.
Actually, no. There is part where a dude gets stabbed, and he's like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to stab guys with a fork because the fork they give us, they're plastic forks. Now they're heavier than the normal plastic forks you use, but you wouldn't be able to stab someone good with it.
So cute.
He had that one specifically. Dude, no, he was.
That's not right.
Yeah. And then he's like, dude, the one scene where Dax Shepard's like at 12:15 stand up.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
Give it to old LaRoche.
and then they're like, did you see who did this? And he's like, oh, they wouldn't go about it this way. They would actually take everyone in the cafeteria aside and interview them separately. So it's like,
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And he's like, but if you got caught as a snitch, it wouldn't look good for you. That's like
Yeah.
when he would describe the most horrendous shit, he was like, and I don't recommend it.
Ooh, that would be a bad day for you. Let's just say, pal.
And then there is a random Indian gentleman who, I mean, this video must have been filmed in a soup can. He has a hour and 50-minute breakdown of the movie.
Oh, wow. So actually, you know what, guys? I know you're pretty late in this episode, but just shut this one off. Go check that guy's out.
Yeah.
See how our notes compare.
I kept clicking through. It was like every moment I clicked
And-
through, it was absolutely incoherent.
Then he dropped the soap.
And I go, what is that?
Yeah,
What is, I don't know, the cleaning himself? What's that about?
So I feel like the overall like reception is like, I don't know how many people actually like pay attention to that stuff, especially if it's an older movie. But the recommendation I would say is these are like some of the greatest comedic actors of just in general, like sketch guys, improv people, like a lot of the people, he put a lot of thought into the casting of this movie.
Yeah.
And I think in general, after these couple movies, I don't know, there was a thing where like I said, the sentiment that I got from what I remember of that Mark Maron episode was like him just being like, if this doesn't work, I'm done. Like, I don't, and him thinking like as soon as another project's done, he's like, I immediately think, okay, well now I'm finished. I'm fucking done. I'm never gonna get another thing going. And
well, it's kind of wild looking at Bob Odenkirk, where he's like, oh, I have to, like, he's like, oh, the studio's completely re-editing my movie. Now he's literally an action star, and it's believable.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's so weird, and like the fact that like he got so much acclaim from Breaking Bad, then got his own show, and then that one was like people were like, oh, I think it's kind of better than Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
and then you're like, that's the thing.
Shows if you're
it's such good. I'm so happy for him as like because I know as a person who has been like has that kind of thing and like that kind of fucking motherfuckers. Like I don't think I'm wrong here.
That thing where you're like, I swear it would have happened by now.
Or also, yeah, it would have happened by now. Or the fact that like when you even get something, apparently making a movie, directing a movie, putting together that kind of thing, and then still having it fucked in the post the edit to say like no, like what the fuck are you doing?
And then people look at you like you're a dickhead, and you're like, I didn't do it.
And that's where my mindset's kind of been with that, like of being like, it must be so nice for Bob Odenkirk now to be like, you see, I fucking know what I'm doing.
Darling of Hollywood.
Right. I know what I'm fucking talking about because I put the thought and the consideration in. So if you see, please give if you like, I would say if you like the movie Mean Machine, which is the British version of Longest Yard. Okay. With who's the guy, Vinny?
I don't like what you do with your finger right there.
Who's the guy, Vinny?
I really don't like that.
No, the guy, Vinny. Fuck.
Testaverde.
He was a Juggernaut in the X-Men movies.
I'm Juggernaut, bitch?
Yeah. He was that guy, remember?
Yeah.
He's the main guy in Mean Machine. And it's literally the same story of the guards against the prisoners in a football game, but it's soccer.
Yeah.
But it's just as good. It's so crazy that I'm telling you, if you make a comedic prison movie, I feel like I'm on board.
Yeah.
But this one in general does not deserve, I would say, at least give something similar to, if not a little bit less than Me, Myself, and Irene.
I think
if that gets like a 47%, this is not that egregious to say like it's a 13.
I don't know if I'd hold up Let's Go to Prison as like one of the all-time greats, but a 13%. It's
not getting Razzies. Like what the fuck, dude? Like that's not. It doesn't deserve what it got. And I feel like, and if anybody has that 13%, it definitely shouldn't hang on Bob Odenkirk. Not that it has.
Yeah,
but.
Can I give my quick War of the Worlds review?
Yeah.
So, like, I think, I said up top, it's like...
You want me to do this on my finger again?
I'm contemplating cutting your hand off. Man,
she loves that.
I've actually never hated anything more in my life. Now I'm worried you have a stroke. But the...
give her this magic.
Please, can the joke end, please? Please. I don't know why I hate that so much.
I'll just do it under the table. It's not done yet. I can't end it.
You're literally a monster.
Sorry.
You should start doing it again. No, so War of the World, I gotta be honest, like I remember I messaged you being like, or no, at the end of the episode, I was like, we have to talk about, I'm so excited to, and I get excited. I get it. Like if a movie's like bad, I get excited for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, you guys are like fucking assholes.
I don't like stuff ironically.
You know what I mean?
I just like bad stuff sometimes.
It gets to, because you know what it is? I respect good art so much, and then there's so much like bullshit art clout. Like it's way worse now with like the bullshit clogging up the fucking drain or whatever the fuck you want to say. There's like so much extra bullshit that when I go like, oh yeah, you took money, time, and resources to like actually make this bag of shit. It's so bad. It's like the whole movie's illogical too.
Yeah.
The fact that like
you'd have internet service during an alien invasion.
Yeah, these aliens come in. Well, also
power.
They established this technology that like the NSA has. There there was like some, I forget what the fucking term is with the conspiracy guys, but
Google
like,
drone, motherfucker.
what is it? Well, yeah, that's the other part. I just go like, oh, it's literally Ice Cube from 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Like a little toned down, but it's just Ice Cube. It's not like a guy that
God
works at
damn, this aliens, motherfucker. Shit.
he's like, shit, look at that bitch ass alien.
Yeah.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah, so that
Yeah, doing that a lot. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I just bought that car. Oh.
it's just Ice Cube reacting to things.
Yeah.
And then at like one point he's like, I gotta get out of here. And then he tries to go for the door and he's like, the security system locked the doors. I can't leave. So I'm just gonna sit in front. And then
I'll just Google a bunch of shit.
dude, they didn't even spend money to put him in a real room. I think it's like green screen half the time.
Remember I told you that there's somebody at least shared one screenshot from, I don't know how many times this happens, but there's at least one point in the movie where you can see the reflection of the green screen in his glasses.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro.
But then it like, well, I heard people talking about this with the Minecraft movie. Oh, that's another thing too. Like you watch this movie and then Ice Cube, dude, the video's insane. It's like people are worried about Ice Cube. They're like, how much debt are you in, dude?
Yeah.
He's in like a Minecraft commercial where he's just like, I'm Ice Cube, Minecraft. Tag me with your best Ice Cube Minecraft stuff. And he's like fucking leaning, and you're like, bro, what happened?
Yeah.
How expensive is your football league?
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's crazy, like the shit he's doing. And then, dude, you know what the worst part too is? Is like, you watch this movie and then someone will pop up on his screen. Oh, by the way, Ice Cube has control of, I think, everything the NSA runs in. And so he's able to just be like his daughter, like his daughter will just be like walking around and he pulls, they're trying to make
motherfucker.
They're trying to make the NSA quirky because like his daughter's walking around going to work. She stops at a coffee shop. He pulls up the cameras to the coffee shop, and he's like, I know you're not eating a muffin. Get something healthier. And you're like, wait, can people actually do that?
Are they really doing that?
Yeah, is that like a real thing?
I don't think that's cute.
Yeah, you're like, this is actually horrifying.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing people can
do? I remember. I can't remember what the story was exactly, but there was some story where a lady police officer broke up with a guy and like used
NSA source,
used
refunds, resources.
Either like pulled her over or pulled him over. And
I've heard about similar shit
like
where
that,
like FBI agents use their database to follow exes.
I feel like that is immediately like for the position you're in and the power you're given, the responsibility you're given. If you're using that shit, if you're just like, looking at Starbucks, see what my daughter's doing. You're on time for school, motherfucker. Like, call her, dude. Hey, send her a text. Well, I can't. I'm in the bunker. Like, kind of thing of like, okay, then wonder. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have a fucking. What is your job? What are you doing right now? Just like, I got to protect my family and make sure I get my Amazon order in time. It's
they also
it's a crazy story.
Well, they're also like making up. They were like making up technology too, where like this police officer calls him up. Oh, that was the other part. Every time a new actor pulled up, I was like, how many real actors are in this?
Yeah, well, because they can do it from their house.
Yeah, it was dude. Most
they're just
of them
like act like this, or do we have likeness rights so we can just AI you into this?
Oh, dude, literally, there's a part when the attack happened. Like, I'm not even gonna waste time. Like, look it up yourself. The CGI in this is fucking hilarious. Looking. It's so bad.
I might still watch it. I might just at least to see how far I can get.
It's worth to like just get like what people are making jokes about.
Because the original, not even the original, I guess the remake with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
That's still like, to me, is still one of the coolest, weirdest fucking movies that I remember. Like,
I gotta watch it again. I was too young when I watched it, so I wasn't able to appreciate it.
And I'm not saying that like, why would you? I would love to see if but like it's kind of a serious movie.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean? Like, you should have it be serious, and it should be a little bit like you should put the effort into it.
The part that drove me fucking nuts is just like, wait, so the whole movie, everyone's on fucking webcams?
Yeah.
I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you can't do that with this one.
No, and literally they're just like they go to like the attack happens, and there's one guy who just is on the golf course. And he never leaves the golf course, and it's always him being like, so what's the status update?
Yeah.
Like, get off the fucking golf course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aliens aren't attacking golf courses,
Dude, aliens are attacking the world. They're ruining the infrastructure. And the important meeting. Ice Cube, by the way, is the most important person in the U.S. For some reason, they never really explain why.
Okay.
Because literally, he's checking on his daughter, who's like, he keeps telling her he keeps calling her, being like, go this way. Now go that way. Now go this way. It's like, maybe check on your daughter. And then it's like the president is like, Ice Cube, why are you not logging into this Zoom meeting yet? And you're like, you guys don't do that in the fucking underground bunker?
I'll tell you right now. I want to take back my criticisms. I think actually I would like to still believe that the story of whoever that character because he's not playing Tom Cruise's character from War of the Worlds, right?
Ice Cube's like a NSA or whatever.
He's just a different guy. So like this could feasibly be still happening in the world of.
I think it's canon.
The world of War, the War of the World,
the War of the World.
But like, essentially, where he could be like, he is like that guy is still a character in this alien invasion, but also like we know how this alien invasion continues. It like they start to fucking feast on our blood. It's such a fucking cool movie. Like that's such detail and weird shit that they add to it. But if you think about it, the original War of the Worlds was H.G. Wells. Right? Yeah. It's like a story. It's a real life story. So like,
you know what's funny about the whole story that they said it over the radio and there was like widespread panic.
Yeah,
that from what I've heard, that was also made up.
H.P. Lovecraft. My bad.
No. You were right.
Orson Welles.
Oh, you combined the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Wells was right. Google H.P. Lovecraft's dog. But everyone do that real quick. Google H.P. Lovecraft's dog.
Got it.
Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Don't let the screen see it.
Whoa. Why do you do that?
Why do you do that? It's so funny. What the fuck?
Isn't it? So yeah, I think that's War of the Worlds, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
yes.
apparently the mass hysteria was also just made up.
Yeah. Well, yes.
And exactly. It was like, I think it was a couple people.
It's like when The Exorcist came out and people were like, "Oh, this lady died. And she had a heart attack." And it's like, yeah, maybe that happened because maybe she had too many fucking hot dogs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean, but it's great publicity for your story. So
wait, too many hot dogs?
No.
You better watch yourself, brother.
Uh-oh.
Actually, you might enjoy Weapons. There's a reference to a Whitest Kids You Know sketch where a dude says he eats 7 hot dogs a day. There's a picture I keep seeing of a guy with a huge platter of 7 hot dogs.
I love hot dogs.
Hot dogs are pretty sick.
I have to pee.
What are we doing next week?
No, you pick movie wise. Unless you know what I really want to do? What?
It's been popping up on Netflix a bunch. I really want to do Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, I really want to do Rush Hour.
First one? Okay.
Yeah.
Rush Hour. You understand the words coming out of my mouth?